I used to joke with my brother, if he's in Singapore, so I always tell him, if I want to come and visit you, I have to think 3.5 times. Although it's a joke when I tell him, but deep inside, it is actually a fact.
So from a personal level, from me, when the ringgit slows down, first thing comes to my mind is savings. Whatever we have saved may not be enough. So that creates certain uncertainty, certain fear, friction within ourselves, uncomfortable feeling. If I go to a shop and because of the ringgit has gone down, economic a bit slow down, so things are more expensive.
Yep.
It creates uncertainty of jobs placement or your job itself.
Welcome to Change Catalyst, Mindshift Mastery, where we dive into the world of transforming minds. I'm Dr. Anand, with a keen interest in how our subconscious thoughts shape us. Here, we explore how everyday life and our feelings connect. We'll talk about how to handle emotional challenges and improve mental health. We'll look at why life feels so fast these days and how the world around us affects our minds. Together, we'll learn ways to understand ourselves better and make positive changes. Come and join us on this journey of discovery and growth at Change Catalyst Mindshift Mastery.
What would you call that? Uncertainty is about future.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because years ago when you have like 50 bucks, you go to a shop, you'll have your trolley filled to a certain level. Now if you go with 50 bucks, you might be thinking, should I go in or not, right? So that shows the prices are shooting up. Well, let's not talk about just economic, this one, SST has been introduced, and things are actually going up, whether you like it or not. So all these are actually involved in the economy of an individual, which is affecting. So I think definitely, definitely it's affecting people's mental hygiene, because it is basically, if I am going to just go in and in the now, I know I only have this much, should I go and shop or not?
Yeah.
So just imagine the uncertainty with this 50 ringgit, what can I buy? Going to eat in a shop, will I have enough money to pay the bill?
Yeah.
And keeping my away from having some good food. Now I need to wait for if there's any food being subsidized.
Yeah.
So my question to you also, doctor, how does it affect deeply inside? On the mental, on the inner level, how is it actually impacting? Because this thing is happening repeatedly.
Yeah. I think how it affects a person, I divide it into two segments. If a person is going through this financial crisis, it's going to affect himself, one component, and it's going to affect the people around him, the second component. So there are two components to look at here. The person will be thinking about the future of his children's education. So it impacts the education, planning for the children's education, children's well-being. So it impacts that. Impacts for the family in terms of stress among family members, because relationship may be strained because of financial difficulties, and that can be translated to children being affected because they may not get certain opportunities. So that's bigger picture that surrounds him or her. One. Two, relationship at work. Because now he has to perform more for less. Not only that, he has to make sure his job is secured. And in order to make sure his job is secured, he has to maybe spend more time at workplace, or maybe he has to do more things outside his job scope. So that causes strain at work, stress at work. Individually, how it affects him, the person, I think it affects in the sense of person will develop certain coping strategies, certain belief systems. So coping strategy, for example, now I have to work more in order to impress my superiors. And why do I need to impress my superiors? Because my job is at stake. And I have to be more competitive compared to the new recruits, for example. So stress builds up. So as a competitive mechanism, maybe he or she will develop a system saying that, okay, so now I have to bear with this. So if I can bear with this, others should also bear with this. So that may be one of the system that he or she develops. And then he may carry this to the family. So he may say, if I can bear this, a program runs inside me, say, if I can go through this, you must go through this. So that translates to strain in relationship with your husband and wife, or with children. Communication with children will be affected differently. Because children are mostly they are insulated from this pressure, these challenges. So when we go through these challenges, as parents, sometimes it spills over to them, and they're not sure what's happening, and they will develop their own belief system based on what they observe. So it's a chain reaction.
Okay.
So how it affects individually, I think the key word here is stress. Anxiety translates to stress, or stress translates to anxiety. So basically it's stress factor. And a temporary stress is good because it makes person productive, so you want to, all right, it's a situation here, economic downturn here, what can I do to make things better? So it's a good stress.
Yeah.
But the person doesn't have that cognitive ability. The person is stuck in a system, constant stress. It's no more like meeting a tiger. It's like meeting your colleagues, your bosses. The stress is constantly there.
Wow.
So his body is tuned.
The tiger shows up often now.
Yeah. Every day he's fighting. He's in a war zone every day.
Wow. Well, just want to ask you another one, Doctor. Gabo Mate, he's actually a doctor. He speaks about this in his book called The Myth of Normal. He says it's just like that, if someone doesn't get, like, people need to adapt and move on. But normally it doesn't happen. So if the analogy that he gives is exciting. It's just like when it's winter, you'll wear wool to keep you warm. Now you keep wearing it, and now it's summer, but you're not taking it out.
Correct.
So what we are doing is that in summer we are still wearing wool and telling it's so warm, you're walking around. That's a challenge of being human, I guess. We don't know when to take it off.
Correct.
And when to put it on. I think that comes with, I don't know, comes with training, or how does it work?
It comes with conditioning.
Conditioning.
Because we have been conditioned to stress. As animal, we need stress to be safe.
Yeah.
So we are conditioned to negativity. We are conditioned to anything that can harm us.
Yeah.
So that when we are exposed to similar threat, we can respond faster. So hence the code is always on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that you're always safe.
Yeah. So we are always lagging.
We're always lagging.
Lagging big time. We don't adapt immediately.
That's where a person needs to be aware of the situation, aware of the environment. If a person has more awareness, then you can know, things are changing, so I need to change.
Awareness is key.
Awareness is the key.
Cool.
So economic crisis has always been there for years. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, it's going to be there all the time. It's just that things have to change around us. So when things changes, we have to change accordingly.
Because some are coping well.
Some are coping well.
Many are not.
So people always say, in times of crisis is the best time for opportunity. So opportunity arises in time of crisis. So there must be some opportunity somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, this is a report on the economic cost of mental disorder in Malaysia by Dr. Chua Suk Ning that was published in Lancet Psychiatry in 2020, found that mental health condition in workplace cost Malaysian economy an estimated 14.46 billion ringgit in 2018. And exactly like what you said, it's all these many things that is coming and playing, it's interesting. I had a conversation with someone who actually manages crew on board of a ship. So we were talking about our programs and all that. I said everyone need to be present when we are doing the Zoom session. And what she said was everyone will be present. Then my question was, I know they'll be present, but are they actually mentally present there? Cannot answer. So just imagine how many of people out there who are actually there but they're not there.
Yeah.
And it's actually losing. From here it shows 14.46 billion on so many. It includes not turning up to work and productivity drop. So many things that's happening. So it's real. And just imagine how much the employees are actually paying. There was another study which I saw.